Okay, hello, welcome. It is our April group training for Lindsay's huge group. I know that it's a busy time of year. We have spring sports that have started for a lot of people. And I know Lindsay and several of our leaders are at a retreat. And then next week we have Summit here. So there's lots of moving pieces in the next 10 days for many of us. So I'm going to jump right to it. And if you are here live, thank you. And if you're watching the recording, welcome to our group training for April 2024. My name is Bree Katzenberger. I am, a lot of people know me. I've been around for a while, but I am directly under Lindsay. We went to middle school and high school together. Didn't become great friends until after. She was actually friends with my little sister, but we've known each other for a very long time, close to 30 years. So I love the girl, and it's my honor to get to do this training for her tonight. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Bree. I live in Idaho, right around the corner from home office. I'm about 25 minutes or so from home office, but I've been with Scentsy for almost 17 years, which is kind of crazy to think that it's been that long. But literally, it's been one of the most rewarding things that I ever did. To think what I thought I was getting into on a warm summer day in 2008. I don't even know if I thought the world would still be around in 2024, but here we are. So many things I can think of to say about Scentsy, but I will say this in 2023, I know, just to be super real and relatable, like I and many others found ourselves in probably one of the darkest years for a lot of us in business, personally. For me, it was literally the hardest year of my life personally. And I remember thinking so many times through 2023 how thankful I still was for my Scentsy business as I struggled through some health stuff and I struggled through some personal family crisis. I remember so often being thankful for a career that was still providing for my family. And when Lindsay asked me if I would share, it has been a while since I've shared. I went through the pandemic and had weekly calls, and I kind of burnt myself out on them and felt like 2023 spring, I hit this weird wall and I'm like, what do I have to offer? I don't know, Lindsay. I don't know what I have to offer. Um, but the thing that came up to me and what I thought about when she asked was, one of my favorite things to share on is having a why that makes you cry. But to be honest, I cried a lot in 2023, and the idea of a why that makes you cry kind of makes me cringe currently. I'd rather not cry, to be honest. But even though it's just a saying, the real idea behind the why is a why that gets you off your figurative booty, and it's a why that you're willing to try, right? It's a why that makes you show up to continue to try in business. I feel like that resonates with so many of us in the season that we have found ourselves in, whether it's personally or if we find ourselves in a hard season in Scentsy. I feel like having a why that you're still willing to show up here in business and try, it resonates with a lot of us in the season that we're in. I talked to Lindsay last week and we were just kind of purging life frustrations as friends do and sharing business like meh moments. And it hit me that, so many of us have had the worst few years. I know for my group, there's so many of us going through the hardest moments. And yet here we are with these whys that continue to make us show up and try. However, I know that that's also a saying that there's a lot of people that don't even know what that is, right? So your why is what made you join business, maybe, or it might be what makes you show up daily for business, or what makes you dream about the possibilities in business, or what makes your heart skip a beat. It's what makes you so excited you can't not cry, those of us crybabies. And it's, for me, my why has always been my children. Loosely, it's been my children. And I wanted to provide a life for them that others dream of. I wanted to give them a mom that could literally show them that I would chase every goal in front of me, whether it was incentive goals or personal finance goals or monthly sales goals. I wanted to provide them with a mom that they could see whatever I set out in front of me, I could do. I wanted to give them the best schools, the best schedule, the best family vacations, the best everything. My why has been my kids, but every year I've chosen something to say, this is what I'm going to show them this year. However, what I wasn't doing and what dawned on me is I didn't add myself to the list until 2024. I should be giving them their best mom and the best version of me, the one that takes care of my health, the one that takes care of myself mentally and physically, that takes care of my relationship with others, that instills my values and morals in them, that shows up and gives them my best yes instead of like a half yes when I'm there, and that shows them that yes, this business also gets my best yes, so that they can learn from me how to be a hard worker. They can learn from me how to do a business where I set my own schedule, how I don't have to work a 9 to 5 if I don't want to. Or what they saw me do in 2023 was I picked up a 9 to 5 after 22 years of not having one, simply because I wanted the challenge of going back out in the workforce and getting back out in my community. I want to show my children how to love their dad well and how to show up as a business owner every freaking day, and that I'm proud of what I have built. That is not what my kids have seen from me in the last couple of years, to be honest. What they've seen from me is that when business got tough, they heard me complain. And when sales got hard, they heard me want to give up. When warmers came out that I didn't like, they heard me gag, because that's my, oh, what is that? You know, when customers complained, they heard me ungrateful for the negative Nellies. When my downline were jerks to me sometimes, they heard me just get frustrated. So why would they want to do something like this? Why would they be proud of me if all they hear is the negative? That's not always true. I'm giving you two like huge sides of the pendulum. But here's the thing. I have been doing myself a major disservice, because in 2020 and 2021 and part of 2022, when business was crazy good and we were just building and growing and exploding, they saw the excitable mom. They saw the crazy mom, like, oh my gosh, business is so great, blah, 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 blah. And then they saw when business got hard and they saw me instantly deflate instead of still being so excited, right? Because they're seeing the behind the scenes, right? I'm kind of painting this picture for you guys. But here's the thing. This is a legacy that I'm trying to give to my children, or if you don't have children, you're trying to give to your family, right? Like to the people around you. You're showing them why this business model is so cool, but also they have to see you work through the trials and see you work through the triumphs, right? I have to show them how to still have joy in my business. You have to show the world around you how you still have joy in your business when business gets tough. Now, maybe it's not tough, but maybe it's not just exploding and great, right? And here's the deal. You have to show them your why is why you continue to show up and try. The deal is the direct selling industry, it can be a tough industry, especially when the market gets a little bit challenging. Inflation's crazy, people pull back. What does that look like? Customers stop buying, they buy less. I mean, we've heard all the things, right? We've been dissecting all these things. But as a leader, and all of you are leaders, whether you have a downline that you're leading, or a customer base, or a hostess base, or just your community that's watching you be their consultant, you are a leader to them, or you're a leader here with your team. Either way you look at it, you should be acting like a leader, because you are a leader within your industry to whoever your audience is. Seasons are going to come and go in business. It's how everything goes. Just like our personal life, Seasons are going to come and go in business. Sometimes it's going to be super exciting and fun when business is brand new and exciting. Sometimes it's going to be super exciting and fun when business is booming, like we saw in the last couple years. It's not always going to be like that, because if it did, we would literally, I don't even know what we would do. Like, you have to have the trajectory and the pendulum move so that you have the seasons of refining and the seasons of exploding and so on and so forth, right? So many of us post pandemic, if that's even what we're in, have felt the fallback. We've felt how difficult it is. I know for myself, earning annual sales has been something that I easily achieved by November and December. And this year, I'm literally barely going to get it this week. And I've kind of been beating myself up, but I should still be really proud of myself that I've accomplished a goal that I set out for. That's not to say if you didn't do it that you shouldn't be proud of yourself, but it's a goal that I personally set for myself. And so I should be still proud that I did it in the time frame that was allotted, right? But the fallback has been so epic for so many of us. And yes, us leaders, we are feeling it. Lindsay and I, when we were talking last week, we were feeling the fallback. Our checks look so different. The raw reality is they're way less than they were a few years ago. However, it causes you to pause and reevaluate things. It's in these seasons that you refine yourself and you refine your business. And yeah, it does mean that we have to be more intentional to show up, though. Otherwise, customers and hostesses, and yes, our downline or your future downline, if you don't have them yet, they will burn out and leave, or they'll feel undervalued and leave, or they'll feel like you don't do business and you're not excited and somebody else can give them a better customer experience. So I came up with a few tricks and tips that I can help us all start implementing or re-implement in our business. Just a way to bring you back to a space of having joy in your business. So the first order of business is bring back the fun. Whether you have lost the fun or you haven't, bring back the fun. People literally, we've been talking about it as leaders, gearing up towards SFR. It's the sunshine in our life, right? You're here to create an epic opportunity and experience for your customers and your future downline. And so you need to be the sunshine. You need to be that light in a world that feels so dark to so many, right? You have to be that, as we call it here, the contagious enthusiasm or the contagious optimism. It doesn't mean everything's always perfect, but it's the way you spin it. Is the glass half full or is the glass half empty, right? The glass is still half with something. And so I think of everything that we had in 2020 and 2021. And if we don't still have it, we need to speak that to our audience. We need to speak that we still have an incredible product line and it smells amazing still. And we still have the coolest luggage that we can earn. And I'll tell you what, I haven't even posted it yet, but I finally freaking earned my first set of luggage. And we've had so many opportunities to earn luggage. And so I am literally waiting to share my luggage when I can say I finally, after 17 years, have earned some Scentsy luggage, and it's so cute. But to share that joy and to share, what we're genuinely excited about, we have to speak of the things that we love when the going's good, but we also have to speak of the things that we love when the going maybe feels a little bit more tricky or intentional. So we have to lead by example. With our attitude and our behavior, we set the tone for our customers, for our hostesses, and then yes, for your team. And if you don't have a team yet, your practice is with your customers and your hostesses. And then if you do have a team, your obligation is to set the tone for your team and your culture. You show the resilience and the positivity and the determination that you, as their leader, show up in the face of challenges. Or customers, people are struggling and needing multiple streams of income. So you leading by example and showing how grateful you are, even if you're only getting $100 extra every month in your Scentsy business, like show them how grateful you are for this extra income that you get to bring in. Your team and customers and your parties, they'll draw inspiration from your excitement. Your hostesses, we see it all the time. As a leader, even if you're just a leader of yourself, but you're a leader within your business. You're the CEO of your business. And those people are going to see, oh, I love that girl, Marie. She's the coolest. Let me tell you how cool she is. And they'll share about you before your party even starts, or they'll share about you because I'm just talking about my friend Marie because she just popped on, but they'll share about whatever it is that they know about you and whatever it is that you do in business, they will share because of your contagious enthusiasm. So you'll show that resilience because they'll see that you're still doing business. If you don't keep talking about it and how excited and how much you love your business, people literally think you've stopped selling. Even though I've had the worst year of my life personally, my audience has no idea about it. Not because I'm hiding it. My close circle knows all the things that myself and my family have gone through, but my audience, my customers, they don't know. It's not that I'm hiding it from them, but I am not plastering the negative or the hardships that I've had. I'm plastering the funny and the memes and the business opportunities and the amazing products. I'm sharing the things that they know and love from me. So mostly I choose to share it from a happy place. And then number 2 is personal growth. I want to encourage you to continue to develop yourself personally in these times that might feel a little more challenging. It's the best time to personally grow. When sales are slow, it's such an opportunity for us to build on our skills. This could involve our Monday night trainings. Watch them. There is a wealth of them. Lindsay and I started United We Rise with a group of other leaders in the spring of 2018. So we literally have over 5 years of 30-minute or less videos, tips, and tricks from other industry leaders that share all the things. And we've done it almost weekly every Monday. And even if you can't show up on Monday, they're still archived there. So you could literally see 5 years worth of stuff and just challenge yourself or challenge your team or go dig in the archives and find something to share. But there's so many cool opportunities to learn on almost every single topic that you could learn on. It's a wealth of information. I learned from it because it's people outside of our organization all over the world that share different ideas. And it's a way to grow yourself personally and professionally. I really do feel like a more skilled consultant equals a more skilled team, equals a more motivated team, equals a more motivated you. And you stay excited in business, but you also stay relevant. You need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. My group hates that I say that, but it's true. Talk with your upline, find a mentor, find an accountability partner, work with them to improve in this area. Because when people see you do things just a tidge outside of your comfort zone, they literally will follow suit. They'll get excited. They get really proud of themselves. I remember the first time I ever led a live video, I was petrified. And now to jump on, even though it's been a while since I've done one, it's kind of like picking up a bike. It's just like, it's right there. And you get so excited and you get so pumped up to do it. I love my Scentsy besties. A lot of them have nothing to do with my personal business, but they're people I've met along the way, and we hold each other accountable regularly. There's something about having that community that just helps you grow and helps you tackle whatever it is in front of you. And then the next one I have is unity. Fostering a sense of camaraderie and support within your team pages, even if you're not the leader. All of you are probably a part of somebody's team page. And in Scentsy, in other sales organizations, isolation can totally ruin everything. You get out there and you sit on this little island all by yourself, and it feels so demoralizing. So it's important to create an environment for yourself and for others where it feels like we're together. In our group, we call it the better together mentality. We love it. We all share all the things. All of us SSDs are on each other's group pages, just cheering each other on. But also a lot of us share multi-leadership groups. And I feel like even if you're not the leader, I can speak for Lindsay and myself and almost every other SSD. We welcome you being bold and sharing in our groups because we learn from you also. So a lot of times, like I said, I've been around for 17 years. I learned so much from people who are brand new because 17 years ago, Facebook was not a thing. So I didn't learn my business or build my business on social media. I did it real old school. And so having to come, stay up with the times, I learn a lot. And I know that Lindsay's learned a lot from other people. And learning how to be creative and different things. So I know that that shared journey and that shared experience within our team pages is so valuable. So challenge yourself, go post something, go live, go do something on your team pages. People love hearing from others. Also, recognition. It's a huge thing. Acknowledge the hard work of your hostesses, acknowledge your customers, and acknowledge your team members. Recognition is so powerful. I love shouting out my hostesses just by thanking them for hosting a party with me. I love shouting out my customers when they order from me and saying, "Oh my gosh, Deidre, thank you so much for buying that warmer. I know you're going to love it. I have it in my house. I can't wait to see a picture of it once you get it." Like, you're literally acknowledging somebody who's supported your business. It's just a customer, but you're celebrating her over on her Facebook page or in a text message or somewhere saying, "Wow, you just ordered from me and my business is better because of you." Or a hostess sharing, "Oh my gosh, Cher just got all of this stuff because she hosted a party with me and she only paid $30 and it's $95 worth of stuff," right? Like, you've seen it, but doing that regularly creates that excitement that we talked about a couple points ago. It creates that enthusiasm. Other people see it. You can share things like, if any of your friends want to order next time, hit up Cher because I know she'll have another party in the future. Or, like, there's ways to do it without being salesy, but you're recognizing the person that supported your business. And without them, you wouldn't have a business. So I find so much value in celebrating every order. And I don't say, "Thank you so much for your $3.50 order." I just say, "Thank you so much for ordering and supporting my business. My business would be nothing without faithful customers like you." With a cute sign, with me being a dork, whatever, you do it. But acknowledging that changes everything. And then a vision reminder. It's so important to remind yourself about that why that makes you cry or that makes you try. But it's so important for you because it's personal to you. It's the very reason you will continue to show up. For me, it's my children. I didn't want to work out of the home while I raised my children. That was my original why. I wanted to not miss a moment with my kids. That doesn't mean that that has to be your why. If that's not, there are some people, I have very good friends who would probably strangle themselves if they had to be stay-at-home moms, and they value other things. They value having brand new vehicles. They value giving their kids sports opportunities. There's so many things that I could go on and on and on and list all the things, but your why is so important to you, but you need it posted everywhere. So, like, I have pictures of my kids all behind, I wish I could show you, but all behind my screen, so that every time I get frustrated, I look at these really cute images of them and things that we've done over the years that I would have missed out on, or trips that we took because of Scentsy. And yeah, I work outside of the home now, so there's moments that I might miss because they're all in school. I'm missing them anyway because they're doing it at school. But I remind myself of that why. I have visuals all over so I can remind myself why I continue to show up when the times get a little bit more sticky or tough. And also, it reminds your team of what the vision is and the goals that you're all working for. Here's the raw reality. It is easy to get bogged down in the day-to-day grind. It is easy. Like I said, a lot of us have been in a blah season. Some of us feel like we've been in a blah season for years. And a lot of it is things outside of our control. But also, the only one that is miserable in the blah is whoever is the one sitting there, right? And so when I had that huge awakening, I'm like, I'm sitting here miserable. Why am I not taking care of myself? Why am I not doing these things to make Brianna a healthier person and make me show up better for my business and make my best yes be whatever it is that I'm doing? It's easy to get bogged down when times get tough. It's also easy to put your business on the back burner because nobody's forcing you to show up. But let me be the one that reminds you that you are still sitting on $1 million baby. There are people making $1 million a year in the Scentsy business that have no more training than any of us. They just continue to show up day after day. They continue to find joy in their own journey. They continue to find happiness and create the journey just for them. Maybe being a millionaire isn't what you want out of your business. There's others that just want to meet new people. There's others, and I shouldn't say just, there's so much value in the relationship of it. But there's also so much value in you having a why that is so personal to you that it causes you to show up as the CEO of your business that wants to pour into your life and the legacy that you're building here. Discuss that with your team, share that with your team, share it with yourself, share it with your spouse, share it with your significant other, share it with your children so that they see, you know what, sometimes business is hard, but let me tell you the why I continue to show up. And then lastly, have a support system. If you don't have that with your upline, you don't need it with your upline. Find people that you can have a support system with. Your upline cannot always be there for every single person. I literally live in the stifle of wanting to be there for every single person in my downline. However, my downline at its peak was 2,300 people. I cannot physically be there for that many people. And I had to at some point realize I need to give whoever is getting my attention my best, and I need to replicate that for others. And also, sometimes we need to get that for people outside of our organization also. So find people that are your support system if you don't have them. Upline, some of mine are my downline, some of mine are my sidelines, some of mine are not even in my business, but find people that check on you when you go quiet, people that say, hey, what's going on? And if it's not your upline, don't hold them to it. Find somebody that will do it for you. For me, it gets a little bit different. 2024, what my support system looks like is kind of gross. I get up at a disgusting time of day currently at 5:20 in the morning. Some of you might be morning people, not a morning person. And I go to the gym and I beat myself up because, like I told you, 2023 was very difficult for me. I almost died the end of 2023. And with that, I lost a whole bunch of muscle in my legs and I've been very weak. So it's been very easy for me to be a couch potato. And I don't want to do that. I want my children to see their mom is still in her prime and that I'm going to recover from a near death experience and that I'm going to be stronger than I was before. So to fit that into my schedule, that means I get up at a disgusting time of day. And yes, Marie, you can be proud of me. I'm 28 days in and I haven't missed a day yet, but I feel so much better about myself. I'm building back muscle. I'm feeling strong. I'm getting healthier for my children's sake. I'm showing them that I will do hard things because I hate working out. But there I am. I found an accountability partner and she doesn't let me no show. She literally will tell me, I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting for you. I don't care if you show up late, so you better get here. Showing up for trainings that are offered. That is so huge, even when I don't want to, because guess what? People notice when you don't show up. I notice, your teammates notice, your downline notice, your upline notice. Everybody notices when you go quiet. So all of you who are on here tonight, proud of you for showing up. All of you who are watching the recording, proud of you for showing up. All of you who don't, we notice that you're missing. Make it a habit to show up because when you're feeding yourself, it gets very exciting all over in business. Also, one of the biggest things that I learned from Orville early on is contribute more than you take. Don't be a consumer here. Contribute something. Even if it's the tiniest thing, you never know what brand new consultant is going to have an aha moment because of something that you shared with them. It's a great motto that we have. It's something that I love. My favorite thing to contribute is silly memes. It sounds stupid, but people know me as a funny meme person. And that's what my social media looks like half the time is stupid, ridiculous memes. But I'm contributing laughter. So if that's all I have to give some days, that's what I get. But it's cool. You find something cool to share, even if it's not yours. I love to say, hey, I found this when I was scrolling and trolling earlier, and it's the coolest thing. I haven't tried it yet, but somebody else shared it and I think it's brilliant. So I might try it, or I'm just sharing it so that you all can see how cool this thing is. Also, don't isolate yourself. Don't do a hard season alone. Find people, rally those troops together, because here's the deal. When you find your squad in this business, we become a family, and we are a family. And there are people who notice and they will walk the hard days with you. And we don't have to be martyrs. We don't all have to have some hard, crazy story either. We can walk the good days together. We can walk the silly days. We can be ridiculous. We can talk about when Amber and I met and we didn't meet because we were too nervous to meet each other in Texas, and then finally met each other years later. You know, like there's funny stories that we all have, but we are still sitting on $1 million business. I want to remind you all that we are still sitting. If you would have told me 17 years ago that I could make full-time wages doing this, I would have laughed at you. If you would have told me that the business would be as crazy and roller coaster, I would have been like, yeah, probably don't want to do it. However, here in the now and seeing all of the wins that I've had personally and professionally, the things it's challenged me to do, the courage it's given me to show up, and the proof it's showed me that I can do something without having to have special ability or education, and that I can bring value to the world, and that I can create my own future, and that I can show my kids you can literally do anything you want to do and set out to do in this life. It's beautiful. You are all building such a legacy. It's unique to each of you. Yeah, we have this crazy, awesome product line, but be empowered by what you can do with this business. Be empowered by where you can go with it. Don't be stifled by confounds of personal stuff. Be empowered by what you can do and the world around you and the impact that you were born and created to make. It's a beautiful world that you can make an even better place. So I want you to remind yourself that you want to show the legacy that you're building and have people talk about how strong you were, how determined you were, how you used hurdles and made them stepping stones to a better tomorrow, and how you always overcame. Thanks for showing up for our training. I hope you all have a wonderful week ahead.